Good morning students. Let us learn about the topic fertilization today. Already I have explained you about the meaning of sperm and the ovum. Sperm is the male gamete and ovum is the female gamete. It is released by the testes and it is released by the ovaries. Now let us know what is the meaning of fertilization. So the fusion of male gamete, that is the sperm, and the female gamete, that is the ovum, to produce a zygote is called fertilization. Once again, the fusion of male gamete, that is the sperm, and the female gamete, that is the ovum, to produce a zygote is called fertilization. Now let us know what is meant by a zygote. So it is the fertilized egg. After fertilization, zygote is produced, and it is the fertilized egg and has a single nucleus. Egg cell comes from mother and sperm cell comes from father. So what happens? The offspring inherits characteristics both from mother and the father. And that's why you must have seen that your siblings, that is your brother, sister, resembles you. That means they look like you and also your parents. Some characters he or she gets from mother, some character they get from father. So the family members look alike, more or less alike because of the similar characteristics. Now let us see the process of fertilization with the help of a diagram. I have already drawn a diagram here. This is the process of fertilization taking place. Here, this is the ovum with a nucleus, and these are the sperms with tail. The three parts are head, middle piece and tail. So, the tail helps it swimming towards the ovum, and then millions of sperms move together towards the ovum, and one of them gets fertilized. So, here the resulting zygote is formed. These are the fusing nuclei. They will fuse together and form a single nucleus. I hope you understood about the process of fertilization. Dear children, now let us learn about different types of fertilization. Mainly there are two types of fertilization. One is internal fertilization, another one is external fertilization. Once again, there are mainly two types of fertilization. One is internal fertilization and the other one is external fertilization. Now, let us see what is the difference between external and internal fertilization. So, the first point is internal fertilization takes place inside the female body. That's why it is called internal fertilization. Whereas external fertilization takes place outside the body of the female, and that too mostly in water. This was the first difference. Let us see some of the examples of animals which shows internal and external fertilizations. Let us start with internal fertilization first. So, examples of animals with internal fertilization are human beings. They show internal fertilization. Baby develops inside the womb of the mother. Another example is hen, dog, cows, etc. Now let us see external fertilization. Examples of animals showing external fertilization are fish, frog, starfish, etc. These animals show external fertilization and they lay eggs mostly in water. Now, let us try to understand more with the help of one example, that is the process of fertilization in frogs. During rainy season, frogs and toads, the male frog, the toads, move to the slow moving streams and ponds. Why? Because if it is fast moving, eggs will be washed away. So they move to slow moving streams and ponds. There, female frog lays hundreds of eggs, and These eggs are covered by a layer of jelly which holds the eggs together and protects it. So what is the function of jelly? It gives protection to the eggs and also holds the eggs together. After this is done, the male deposits sperms on the eggs and sperms swim randomly in water. Here and there they move in water with the help of its tail, which I already told you. When it comes in contact with eggs, it fertilizes the eggs. So the fertilization process takes place. Now let us see one important question which is clicking to mind, that why a hen lays single egg but frogs, fishes lays hundreds of eggs. The reason behind this is they lay eggs in water. So what happens? They have to overcome exposure to water movement, water current, because the current may wash away several of the eggs and the sperms. Not only this, wind also is a hindrance, rainfall and predators. Many animals live in water, so they may eat away the eggs of fish, frogs, starfish, etc. So they lay eggs in hundreds. Thus the process of fertilization is ensured. Dear children, today let us learn about test tube babies. What do you mean by test tube babies? Are they babies which are born in test tubes? Not at all so. So what are they? Let us try to find out. Some women are unable to bear babies. They don't have child for several years. Then the reason behind this is the oviducts of these ladies are blocked. So as a result, the sperms can't reach the eggs for the process of fertilization. Then what can be done? What can be the solution for this? The science has brought about a new solution which is known as IVF technique. Let us learn more about IVF technique. What is the full form of IVF? It is in vitro fertilization. Once again, what is the full form of IVF? It is in vitro fertilization. It is a technique in which sperm and the ova are combined together in a laboratory dish. Like other experiments are performed, this technique is also performed in laboratories, but not inside the women's body. It is outside in a lab condition. So what happens? After fertilization, the zygote is formed and it remains there for about 1 week. If the experiment is success, the fertilization takes place and then they keep the fertilized egg, that is the zygote, there for about 1 week under their observations. After 1 week, the zygote is transferred into women's uterus where development of the baby takes place. So it becomes success, then it is transferred to the women's uterus. Uterus is the place where the baby is growing. Next, let us see what is meant by test tube babies. So babies conceived through IVF technique are called test tube babies. Once again, what are test tube babies? The babies conceived through IVF technique is called test tube baby. Now let us see who was the first test tube baby in the whole world. It was Louis Brown, and in India it was Harsha Chavda. Once again, the first test tube baby in the whole world was Louis Brown, and in India it was Harsha Chavda. And the man who made this possible in India was Dr. Hinduja. So dear children, I hope you understood about test tube babies. They are not babies born in test tubes.